Tell me how you're healing. And I don't mean the little things that you did to show him you changed, the things you do to show your friends that you're doing better, the stuff you do on social media to show off you this lifestyle. I mean real healing. Things that you changed in yourself because you were tired of the same result. So I'll ask you again. What makes you think you're healing? Hello, hi. Welcome to my channel. My name is Harmony, and here I want to help you heal in your most divine, feminine way, but also very truth heavy, cold cut, because there is no easy way to say these things. Okay, we can try to sugarcoat it, but at the end of the day, the answer is the answer, and I'm here to give it to you. So if you're aligned with me, please hit that subscribe button. It would help me a lot. This is my first video ever, so I really hope you enjoy and watch it all the way through. So let's get to it. So let's be honest with ourselves here. You are performing. You see these people online and the boundaries they have with other people and the things that they get because of said boundaries, and you want that too. That is okay. That's all right. You can have that. But you forget that these people are the way they are because they have built themselves up that way. Okay? You skip that step and you just start acting. You throw on the costume. That is not manifestation. The universe does not reward performance, okay? It rewards embodying, okay? And when you embody, it is when you're not just acting, you're feeling. You will, maybe you'll read a couple books, you'll change your style, and you'll say a couple affirmations you don't even believe. This is just putting new clothes over the same wounds, okay? Eventually that pain is going to leak right through and your costume is going to fall apart. So if you want to stop performing, you need to recognize it when you are. Okay, it's very frustrating because you think you've done so much, but you're just acting like you haven't really done anything at all. You're just tired, you're exhausted. Okay, being in pain and constantly going through lessons is exhausting. I've been there. Okay, but you cannot force healing. You cannot force yourself to just be automatically healed. You have to go through it. And it can either be messy or it can be pink. Okay. So we can heal in softness and in gentleness and being nurturing to ourselves. But first, we have to stop lying. Okay. You have to stop lying to yourself. You have to give yourself grace. It is okay to start over because now this restart will actually lead to something. You will actually lead to finding yourself. So please don't get frustrated. If you feel frustrated, please come back to this video whenever you feel ready. Not everyone is ready to go on this soft healing journey. And if you aren't, don't force it. It's okay. You may have a couple lessons you may still need to learn. Nothing I can do about that. So, you think you've changed, but you haven't. Okay, I've been there. All right. When I was first graduating high school, and I was like, you know what? I need to do some shadow work. I did one nervous system reset meditation. I was like, all right, we're healed. Time to start building my new self. And I threw out all the clothes in my closet. I started cussing out my parents, and it was just embodying this fierce person. And I never got anything from it. It was a journey. Okay, I changed my hair. I told myself I was soft and pretty now. I embodied the color pink. I was like, my life is gonna change because I'm changed. Okay, look at my new outfit. Look at my new hair. I gathered all these ideas and information from other people on how to act, on how to be confident, and for the lifestyle that I wanted. But the thing is, I was just acting. I was just gathering information on how to act like this, how to perform like this. I never knew how to embody it, right? My nervous system was still acting from survival mode, which means the universe was still going to reflect that because even though I had changed my costume, the inside was still the same. It was frustrating. It was very frustrating. And the most frustrating part of it was having to admit that despite I thinking that I've gone so much or I've been doing so much, I really haven't gone nowhere. I'm still on step 0. And it's difficult. Trust me, I know. And I'll be honest, I wasn't coming from like a place of nurturing and wanting to just heal and be a better person. I was coming from like, let me do this so I can get my manifestations and get what I want. Like I wanted luxury, I wanted my own apartment, my own car. I didn't care how I got it. In fact, I was like, I don't even want a job. Let me get a man that pays for everything. But when you try to heal from out of lack instead of just wanting to heal, wanting to change, and wanting to be better and elevate, that is not healing. That's control and that's desperation in disguise. And you cannot let that control your life. Self love is the test you cannot cheat on. Okay? You cannot. I know that you want it, right? But in order to get it just like that, you're going to have to go through the work of becoming it. So let's do that work. Now, I will say, right, that these performances are not all bad. I'm not saying that they're all bad. It's a no, 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 because you learn things. Okay, performances are healthy when they're used in a healthy way. Okay, when you are in public and maybe you're socially anxious, you can perform as a confident person. That's great because you learn things. You get insight, intel. Because when you finally become that, you are already familiar in it because you performed in it. Now, just remember, when you're performing, you are not becoming, okay? When you're performing, you may get to learn a couple things outside of your comfort zone, but you take that back with you and you go to back to your comfort zone, okay? I'm telling you that just because you acted like this for a couple of hours doesn't mean that you are now a changed person. Please, please. Um, if you want to know, if you when you can tell if you're healing, is you won't ask. Okay, you won't be asking. You will not be asking, am I healing? Am I doing it right? If you're asking, am I doing it right? You're not doing it right. You wouldn't be asking, am I healed? You would just know because you've been working on it. You've been talking to yourself and you're so in tune with your body and emotions that you know that you're healing. It's different than what you used to do. So if you want to know that you're healing, well, if you had to ask, then you're not. That we know that we are performing and have accepted that, we can now begin our divine healing journey. Yay! So, first things first, I want you to sit down and take a deep breath. I want you to ground yourself wherever you are and really look inside and ask yourself these questions, okay? What is actually making me unhappy about my life right now? What patterns keep showing up in my life? What habits do I keep falling into even when I say I won't? What situations or relationships feel like deja vu in the worst way? Okay, sit there and recognize that. This is how you find the wound. The wound is a moment or pattern in your life where you felt rejected, abandoned, unsafe, or just unloved. And you built your whole identity around surviving it. And hear me when I say this, that is okay. You are not broken. There is nothing broken about you. You cannot take this moment and begin to look at it a negative way. You cannot be negative to yourself. You have to give yourself grace. And if you can't do that, then you need to click off this video and come back whenever your heart's ready because we heal with love, not hate. You don't understand right now. If you're thinking negatively, it's because you don't understand. And you are not allowed, okay? I'm telling you now, you are not allowed to judge anything you don't understand. That goes for everything, including yourself, including other people. You are not allowed to be negative about something you don't understand. You wouldn't let somebody be negative about you and they don't understand you, or you wouldn't think much of it because you know they don't understand you and they don't know the deeper picture. You don't know the deeper picture of these wounds because they're subconscious, they're in the back of your head, they're back there. You know what you think you know, right? You know your experiences, but you don't really understand them. So do not get negative here. That is a law. So talk about it. Talk about it out loud. Talk about a memory. Like talk about just whatever randomly comes up in your head, whatever random memory, even if it goes back to elementary, high school, middle school, maybe your first job, college, any of that. Just talk about it out loud. Speak to yourself. Recall the story and recognize, what you didn't know back then. And realize when innocent intent met harsh conditions. Okay? For example, in elementary school, I wanted to make a lot of friends, but a lot of people didn't want to be my friend. Innocent intention, wanting to make friends, meets harsh conditions. People were saying I was annoying, too much to be around. They didn't want to be around me. Because of that, I grew a wound where I would now dim myself down so that people would accept me. There you go. Wound recognition. I may have spoiled a little bit of our step process here, but that is just how easy it is. This is when the real you starts speaking and your truth comes out. And this is where healing begins because you've laid out the blueprints. This is your nervous system. Okay? Now, you cannot hate your nervous system. You cannot be mad at it. Do not feel negative. Okay? Your nervous system is not flawed, it's loyal. Okay? It's been doing its best to protect you for many, many years, even if the programming is outdated. So please be grateful to it as you let it go because it kept you safe. It kept you out of situations that probably would have broke you back then. And just because you're ready to shut it off now doesn't mean you need to hot tool on it, you know? Doesn't mean you need to spit on it. Trying to heal without fixing your nervous system is like putting perfume on dirty clothes, okay? You may convince a couple people and yourself that it's fresh and clean, but eventually that stank will come through. So you gotta wash them clothes and get to the source of the smell, baby. And the source of the smell, well, we just wrote it down. And as you begin to teach your nervous system that you are no longer in danger, you will have to treat it like a child because in some ways it is. It learns through repetition, reassurance, and love, which means it can also learn through hate. So you gotta be careful. Treat it with grace. And please do not be mean to yourself, okay? Thank your nervous system. It did a lot of work over the years. It may not serve you now. Handle this with grace. We only accept softness here, only soft love, okay? So, no, oh, I hate this. No, I hate when I do this. No, you say, I am safe now. I no longer need this. I no longer need to do this. I no longer need to feel this. You ain't gotta be mean, okay? You can't bully the nervous system away. You just gonna make it worse. This is just the beginning. This is the big first step a lot of people are unwilling to make. So I want to say I'm so proud of you for making it this far. Good job. I hope you have your list, your blueprints. Take your time. You know, you might not be able to recall everything at once, and don't force yourself to. This is all about gentleness and healing. So please search for it, but don't look really, really hard. Healing isn't linear. It ain't linear. It's not one straightforward line. This isn't step one and then it's going straight up. Till then, you've just recognized the pain, right? That's huge step one. You're at least here now, but the rest of the journey is. But just know you're still moving. And that's the best part. You cannot think your way through healing. You cannot logic your way into self love. You have to feel it. So, let me help you. Your wound is not your enemy. Your pain is not a monster, okay? When you feel these negative feelings rising, it is a signal, okay? It is not a bad thing. It is not, oh my God, everything's crumbling down. No, it is a signal from your body that something is touching this wound. And this is where boundaries come into play, okay? Boundaries are beautiful. Boundaries are lovely. And once you set boundaries without any type of fear and shame, you feel good. Life runs on your terms because if you don't like it, then you speak up about it. You are in control of your life experience. And so if you are not comfortable making boundaries, then I'm about to make you comfortable with it, okay? Because we're about to set some laws, okay? Laws. And you have to follow this law. You cannot, if you break it, go into jail, okay? You cannot break these laws. We're going to make them, okay? You're going to make your own set of laws. They all are tailored to your list of patterns and wounds. Healing in private is easy. Healing by yourself is easy. But when you go out into the world to show the new healed you, to show out, hey, look what I made. You're kind of putting yourself out there a little vulnerable and it's uncomfortable. I get it. I know. Here are the laws, right? Keep the law. This is where the law comes key here. Because no matter what you're doing in public, no matter what's happening, no matter what social situation arises, you follow the law, you will stay true to yourself. If you are angry, boundary. If you're overstimulated, pause. If you feel like you're about to start people pleasing, you need to check if you're betraying yourself. And if you feel anxious, ground yourself. Laws. These are key. And I don't care how awkward the room may get or whatever social situation you're in is going to get, when you speak up on your boundary, you fucking say it. You say it. You better say it. You better say it. I don't care if it ruins the whole vibe and everybody gives you the stank eye. You say it. You say it, because if somebody else did that, you give them the stank eye. They don't care. They held their boundary. So you do it too. I don't care. I don't care how uncomfortable it feels. I don't care how exposing it feels. I don't care. You say it. You have a boundary, put it down. I want everyone just at the top of your laws, I want you to put, I will never betray myself for comfort. Okay, that's law number one. Everybody follows that law, including me. Okay, and the rest of your laws you can create based off your list. If you were confused on how to build these laws, the wound, when you see the wound, what is the wound? What is the trigger? What is it that you do when you are in this wound, when this wound is activated? And what is it that the healed version of you does instead? Law. Most of these laws will include setting boundaries, letting people go, cutting people off, letting opportunities fly, because not everything's aligned with you and not everything has to be. You don't owe anybody anything, okay? Not your best friend, not your mom, not even like your oldest cousin. You don't owe these people anything. You're not here to live your life based off these other people. You can love them, but your whole life isn't based off them. If someone makes you uncomfortable or triggers you and touches these wounds, do not sit there and wait for your cup to fill up before you just tip over and explode. Do not wait for it to build up. The first time it bothers you, speak up, okay? Just say, I don't like that. Please don't do it again. And people will not, some people won't like this, right? And these people that don't like it, they're just mad because they didn't expect that strength from you. They didn't expect that. Or, they expected to be able to control and just be able to tell you what to do and walk all over you. So stand on it. And when these people are shocked, right? Don't, you don't have to, it'd be great to like rub it in their face, like, yeah, boundary, I ain't doing it for you. You ain't got to do that. Keep it cutesy, keep it very demure, just smile. Say, I don't like it when you do that. Please don't do it again. Reaffirm the boundary. It makes them feel worse. Trust me, trust me. Because when you're controlled about it, it just hits deep in the soul. People respect you more when they know where you stand. And if you're just always trying to appease everybody, then who even are you? You're just a sponge. And when you set law and boundaries, people are like, ooh, she don't play about her. They may find it annoying, they may express negative to it, but that's not your problem. That's not your problem. Who cares? You're in charge of your life experience, okay? If you don't want to have this in your life experience, say you don't want to. Even if you are nervous and you are like about to shit yourself doing this, do it anyway, okay? It's not that bad once you do it, okay? You'll be like, oh wow, okay. It's very important that you do that, okay? Because when you don't, that creates misalignment, that creates confusion, and you tell your nervous system the wrong things. Even if it doesn't seem like a big deal to you, you got to repair your relationship with sacrificing yourself. Set the boundary. Stop giving yourself the short end of the stick. Change is uncomfortable, but you better love that discomfort, because it's so much better. It's so much better than living in misery, isn't it? You have all of your laws down. Comment a few, help somebody else out that may not be clear on what some of their laws are, and just throw them in the comments, help each other out. And just remember and honor your laws, because once you decide that this is you and that you're on this journey, the universe is going to be like, okay, let's see. And they're going to send you a package of the same pattern with a different face. And if you open it instead of returning it back to the sender, well, then you're going to fail, okay? But you won't fail if you follow the law. And if you can't follow the law, if you just can't do it no matter what, then I'm sorry you like being miserable. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. So if you've made it this far, I just want to say I'm so proud of you. You have listed your patterns, your triggers, and you have made laws. And that is divine healing work. But despite all that, this is only the first step. I'm sorry. But do not worry. You don't have to do this alone. My account and my channel is all about healing through repetition, through love, and through abundance. I make videos where, we can do skincare together and I'm affirming and you can listen while you do your skincare. I do makeup as well. We can do workout videos. Please let me know if you're interested in that. I love the idea. Um, and I just want you to know that healing doesn't have to be messy. It gets overcomplicated a lot, but it doesn't have to be messy. It can be pink. I'm Divine Harmony. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you subscribe.